Morning, Falcons. This video is intended for yellow group. I'm going to go through one of your worksheets with you, just the reasoning and problem solving one. I think you'll be all right with the varied fluency. We're really just going over some of the concepts that we looked at last week. So I'll just share my screen with you. Okay, so this is your worksheet. I'm just going to go through the A side of the sheet because the B side is a repeat. It's the same sorts of questions, okay, the same idea. So I won't go through the whole thing. Okay, so for A, there are 200 sweets in a jar. Lucy takes 3/10 of the sweets and Alice takes 50% of the sweets. How many does each child have? How many are left in the jar and what percentage is this? So there are a number of things that you've got to do with this question. Okay, first of all, you need to consider that there are 200 sweets in the jar, and we're used to working out 100 of something because it's a percentage, remember, is out of 100. But this time we've got 200. So whatever we work out, we'll have to double. Now, Lucy takes 3/10 and Alice takes 50%. So we need to turn that into the same, either working in fractions or working in percentages, but not a combination of both. So if we look at Lucy, so we need to turn 3/10 into a percentage. Obviously, we know it needs to be out of 100 to be a percentage. So if we multiply our denominator by 10, we need to multiply our numerator by 10. So then we get 3/100, okay, which, as you know, is the same as 30%. So she's going to have less sweets than Alice, okay? Now, I want you to think carefully here about how much 50% is, okay? It's 50 out of 100 is the same as what, okay? I'm not going to obviously give you the answer, but I really want you to think about that because really for Alice, you should be able to work that out just by looking at the 200 sweets that you've got and knowing what 50% of that would be. Once you've done that, work out 30% out of 100, okay, and then just double it, and then that's how many sweets Lucy has. So remember, we're doubling it because we've got 200 sweets, not 100 sweets. So I hope that makes sense. Once you've got those two numbers, obviously to find out how many are left in the jar, you just need to add together how many Lucy has, how many Alice has, and then subtract that from your 200. And then how many are left as a percentage, okay? So remember, you'll have a number out of 200. To work that out as a percentage, it needs to be out of 100. So you're going to have to halve what you've got, okay? I hope that makes sense. Let's have a look at 5A. Convert the fractions and decimals below into percentages. So first of all, remember a percentage needs to be out of 100. So I would convert them all into a fraction out of 100, okay? If you don't want to convert the decimals because you already know what they are as a percentage, that's fine. But we've got 58 over 100, so that's fine. We can leave that one alone. 22 over 200. So think about what you need to do to the denominator to turn it into 100, and then do the same to your numerator. And then exactly the same for 30 over 300. What have you got to do to 300 to turn it into 100? Because remember, it needs to be out of 100 to be a percentage. And then do exactly the same to your top. Okay, once you've converted them, you then need to write the percentages down, and you need to write them in ascending order. Okay, so ascending means that you're starting with the smallest percent and you're going up to the largest. Okay, right, 6A. Steph and Gabriel are converting fractions and decimals into percentages. Steph says that 0.07 as a percentage is 70%, and Gabriel says that 70 over 100 as a percentage is 70%. Okay, you've got to work out who is correct and explain your answer, please. So don't just tell me who's correct. I want you to explain. And when you're explaining, you need to show me how you've worked it out. So if you've had to do a calculation, put that in your explanation, please. So you could show me the decimal, the percentage, and the fraction for Steph, and then do the same for Gabriel. Okay. All right. Let me just go back to my video. All right. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you're finding the yellow level work too difficult, you can have a look at the red level work. They're working on thousandths at the moment. They're not converting like the yellow group are. And also the same, if you're finding it quite easy, then have a look at the green level. They are doing the same as you. They're just doing the greater depth work. So you can always have a look at that if you want to. Okay. Good luck with your lesson, and I look forward to seeing all of the work that you upload to your dojo. Bye.